What is going on, guys? Welcome back to another episode of the AFC Hinckley Save Road to Glory. This is the end of season review for the 2022-23 season. I finally got to a point now where I want to start doing these reviews and previews in seasons because I've kind of caught up, got back into the swing of things, and it's something I think is really important to keep us connected together in the journey. So here goes nothing. I've collapsed these down so I know where the news articles are that I want to look at to start off with. Firstly, very importantly for me, the board have decided to upgrade the training facilities. They're delighted to announce they've been able to finance a project without having to secure an external funding. An initial estimate indicates that planned expansion work will cost £1.8 million. That has been financed by the sales of St Rose and a couple of the other guys. Interestingly enough, St Rose went to Bournemouth in the Premier League. Bournemouth were relegated on the last day, so unless he moves to another Premier League team, we will be going up against Colin St Rose next season. And as you remember, we are in a agreement with Fulham, and I said it's probably going to be short-lived because they were bottom of the Premier League, cut well adrift. It was them who relegated Bournemouth on the final day. Fulham managed to stay up on the final day, and Bournemouth got relegated. So just a little bit of interesting, tidbit there for you. The expansion of the youth facilities has been cancelled, though sadly, stated due to lack of funds, but was behind the decision. But when I looked at it, I looked into facilities and stuff, and it isn't needed. It really isn't needed. We have spectacular youth facilities, which has been proved by this. Hinckley granted improved youth category rating. Now, remember I said a couple of videos back I really wanted to kick on to get level 2, category 2. We have moved from category 3 to category 1. Category 1 is the big deal, the top end. The board estimates the annual cost of it will be 1.9 million. So we have to keep selling players to keep it going. Producing the players, selling them on, bringing other players, rejects in, so to speak, without being disrespectful to them. Build them up, sell them on. It's how we need to keep doing things. I was gobsmacked when I saw that. Category 1, I could never have dreamed of getting to category 1 status at this point, but going into the championship we have a real foundation to really kick on. Just another little tidbit for you as well. I've completed my coaching badge. This season has been the first season they have allowed me to up my coaching badge. They've never allowed me to take a course before. This season they have done, and I managed to get my Continental C license in the bag, so I'm pleased with that. I'm really pleased with that. Those who don't know, in real life I do actually have a UEFA B license, which I attained last year, or was it last year? I'm sure it was last year, might have been the year before. They all kind of mould into one now. So yeah, I started off on the game with a national B license, and this is the first time I've been able to get the board to allow me to take a coaching badge. Player awards, starting with the player of the year, the one and only Glenford Markman. Fantastic season in League 1 for us this year. 42 appearances, 29 goals, 8 assists, 7.4 average rating. He's been an absolute beast. It's been his best season. I'm really proud of him and pleased to see him pushing on and going forwards and really working on it, and just proper going all out to secure his promotion, to secure himself in the Anguilla national team, and just be an all-round legend for him. I'm not going to bang on about this guy. He's a bit of a douchebag if you ask me, but guys, it's me. It's Paul Howarth / FMU Manager of the Year. A win ratio of 67%, which is superb. 114 goals in 52 and 52 conceded in 46 games. So really pleased with that. Far too many goals conceded for my liking. but you know, still I'm happy to be there, happy to have got over the line, and really pleased as punch to be promoted up to the Championship. As far as the goal of the season award goes, St Rose finishing second, Swindell finishing third. I'm not going to show you the goals, we've seen them over the season, but pleased with that, pleased that those two guys managed to get in there and managed to pick up the awards. In terms of the league table, obviously we finished top on 103 points. We were followed up by Preston with 81 points. Look at that, 114 goals. Wow. Portsmouth, Wickham, Sheffield Wednesday and Crawley fought it out in the playoffs. Sheffield Wednesday winning out in the final against Pompey by 3-0. Harsh on Pompey, considering, you know, they could have gone up automatically on the final day. In terms of players, guys, look at this. We pretty much dominated the average ratings. All the top 4 are our boys. Markman, Adelaken, Chambers, who was out the door early on the season. You guys probably remember back to earlier on the season when I was like, unless he has a miraculous turn of events, Leo Chambers is going. He got it back in the team. He started playing well. He started then playing brilliantly, to the point where I went to him and said, hey, I was wrong. Here's a new contract. You want it? He was like, mm-hmm. And that was it. Signed on the dotted line. And Dalton Page has been superb this season, had a really good run, and we'll look into him in a minute with the squad review. Del Tock, 15 assists, absolutely sensational opening season for him. And then player of the match awards, or man of the match awards, Adelaken was 7, Markman was 7. Didn't get anybody in the clean sheets, and I'm very surprised that Dalton Page wasn't in the top 4 of most yellow cards. Very surprised. So just a quick look at who we're going to be coming up against coming down from the Premier League next season. Bournemouth we already touched on. They went down on the final day. Fulham, our parent club, managing to stay up on that last day of the season. Fulham actually beating Bournemouth by 3-0 to stay up, which is a heartbreak for Bournemouth, but superb effort from Fulham. Everton and Wolves, the other two teams coming down. Big surprise that Everton have come down. Surprised Wolves have come down. Wolves did actually offer me an interview and I turned it down. There is also a lot of talk about me being in the front running for the Newcastle job, but in the paper I've basically just turned around and said no, nothing to do with me. And as far as the title's concerned, Liverpool winning it for the 3rd consecutive season now. Look at that, they've won it 5 times in 6 seasons. Impressive stuff from Liverpool. Who's their gaffer now? Didier Deschamps. Look at that vice captain, the main man, Matty Wallace. 19 goals in the league, 27 in all competitions this season. What a legend. That guy is 32 million he's worth now. I bet you Tottenham are kicking themselves for letting him go for 1.8. Absolutely kicking themselves, I bet. And as far as our feeder club in Colville are concerned, managed, of course, by none other than Barry Quinn, finished second in the table with 80 points, and they were beaten in the playoffs by the eventual playoff winners, Nuneaton, our local rivals. So heartbreak for Bazza and the boys, absolute heartbreak. But you know, I've got a feel, you know, next season they'll come back stronger, I hope. Finances aren't looking great at the minute, but I'm sure that will sort itself out and they'll kick on and hopefully do well next season. Okay then guys, so here we are, we come back to the team now. So let's have a little look, shall we? First of all, our top appearance man was Lee Ellis. 53 games. He did not miss a game this season. Mr. Reliable, absolutely superb from him. 53 appearances, 2 goals, 5 assists. You cannot grumble at that. Followed up then by Robbie Jenkinson with 47. He's picked up a couple of knocks, missed a few games for injuries and stuff, and I think wasn't one of them international duty as well, because I know he's away at the moment with the international side. I think he's in the under-19s. I'd a guess. Funnily enough, a little tidbit for you here. As always, I watch the Stanford Struggle by Statistical Approach, and his England manager at this exact same time in that series is Roberto Martinez, and he's having issues with him not picking his player. I can't remember his name now, the guy at the back. Oh, what's his name? It's completely escaped me, so I apologise that. But yeah, I'm getting as wound up with Martinez not picking him for him as he is. It's ridiculous. He should be in the team. But that's just a little sidetrack into an alternative universe there. But let me just double check. Is it under 20s? Oh, is it the under 20 World Cup? Did not realise that was cracking on. Was not paying attention at that. Who's Ted Barrett? He's got a receding hairline, whoever he is. He's a Man City player. Wowzers. On loan from Man City. Where at? Bury. 26 goals. He's had a good season. Now he's off to the Under-20s World Cup, which England currently hold. So that could be interesting. I might have a little look at how that goes on and let you know in the preview video for next season. Let's just head back. So Robbie Jenkinson's been superb. Really impressed with him. Some of the saves he's made have been spectacular. His ability has been fantastic. It says here though that Bunn is a better goalkeeper at the moment, which I think he possibly is, but in terms of rating current ability wise, but going forwards, you know, Robbie's going to be an absolute worldie of a goalkeeper, and I'm going on record as saying still he will be England's #1 in the future. Absolutely. Dalton frickin' Page, 12 goals from centre back. 12 goals. Now, to put it into context, that is the exact same as one of our best forward players this season in Adelaide, and it is only 3 less than one of our best strikers in Swindle, and it is 1 more than one of the best young prospects to come out of our youth team in Keith Fryatt. That puts it into perspective. Dalton Page has been an absolute beast this season. 21 years of age, so much so his agent was like, he needs a better deal. I was like, couldn't agree more. I was going to offer him one at the end of the season, but he signed up to £2,800 per week until 2026, so an extra 3 years on his deal. Absolutely over the moon with the way this guy's gone. Came in the 2016-17 season, didn't do anything for the first 2 seasons, got his chance in the Vanarama North and never looked back. Last season only played 22 due to injuries and stuff like that, but this season he is absolutely bossed it at the back for us. Delighted with him there. Dale Tock, I mean, he's got 17 assists this season. He's come in, he's taken the ball by the horns, and he's nailed in 3 goals in 40 appearances for us. Absolute beast in midfield. He's struck up a brilliant partnership, especially after changing from the Controllertron. Sorry, that's my dog going in the background then, if you heard it. What a guy. He's always snoring through my videos. I must be so boring. Perhaps I should reconsider YouTube altogether. Former Sunderland trainee, picked him up on a free after his release. He'd been on loan at Colchester last season, but he's really stepped up, really fitted into our system. It's almost like he was tailor-made to play in the Controllertron, and now the 4-2-4 formation that I've been using to see the season out, to ensure that both Markman and Swindell were happy, along with Fryatt as well getting in the team. Superb though, been a great player, great signing. Adelaide as well, he's been an absolute revelation. When I took him on trial, I was a bit unsure. I was like, I don't really need a winger. He came in on trial and I was really pleased with what I saw. So I thought, I'll give him a chance this season. Never looked back. I mean, 40 appearances, 12 goals, 10 assists, 7 man the match awards. And Scunthorpe must be absolutely kicking themselves because he took them to the sword, man. He got the pointy end of the sword and shoved it as far as he can up their Jaxes earlier on this season at their place, and then he did just as good a job at our place later on in the season, scoring on both occasions as well. Kind of a release me, will ya? Up yours, you know, kind of an attitude. Harry Davis has been his usual reliable self. Leo Chambers, spoke about him earlier, complete U-turn for me with him. Was going to let him go because he just wasn't really progressing very well. And I swear he must have watched the video because he was just like, I'll show you, boss. Got back in the team and he's not looked back since. Not scoring, but he's been fantastic. Look, 10 assists all in all this season. He's been an absolute monster. Absolute monster. Euclid Bertrand was brought in as kind of, you know, I was like, damn, I haven't got a left back. Brought him and the guy from Derby in. The guy from Derby will be released at the end of the season. That is, no doubts there. And when I say the guy from Derby, I don't mean Hawkridge. I mean the other lad. He's out on loan at the moment. Jason Bowles, or Bowles, sorry. Jason Bowles. He's out on loan at FC United. He's going to be released, and you'll understand why in a minute, because you may notice at the bottom there's a couple of players that you won't recognise, and I will show you those in a moment. But as far as Bertrand's concerned, he had a solid first season, did get on the score sheet in the end. He far surpassed what I thought he would do. He ended up playing most of the season at left back. Glenford Markman, we've touched on him already, so I won't stick around too long looking at him, but he's been fantastic this season. Absolutely annihilated defences. 29 goals in the league, 30 in all competitions, his best goal scoring season by a long shot. And I'm hoping we can keep hold of him now going into the Championship. Nathan Howe, good loan spell after completing a deal to move to QPR, who coincidentally stayed up in the end. He's their hot prospect, so I'm going to, he's going to go back to QPR. Be interesting to see if he gets in the team or if he's loaned out next season. But he's got 9 goals in all competitions, so he's been a fantastic little bonus to keep him at the club. Richard Hawkridge, a lot of concerns over his fitness and his injury proneness when he first came in, but he's been an absolute legend. Come in, played 29 games all in all, got 1 assist, 1 man the match, but he's done good. 6.92 average rating in all competitions at the end. Been pleased with the way he's progressed, and he's going to, he's not going to, unless something big happens, he's not going to be let go in the summer. He's still got a year left, but I won't be looking to move him on. I won't be looking to sell him. Josh Swindell started the season like an absolute crazy man, netting goals left, right and centre. Then had his loan spell at Bradford where he got 8 in 15, which I think is what it's showing you there, which is a bit silly. Came back though to us and he got 15 in 19 appearances, 21 altogether. So he's had an absolute Boston season for us. Really pleased with him. Had to tinker the formation to keep him happy because he was annoyed that he wasn't starting every game. But Markman was playing so well we couldn't afford to drop him. But when looking at it, one of the midfielders we could afford to bring out and take the risk with a 4-2-4, and it worked. It got them just going crazy goal wise. Ollie Benson, not the best of seasons this year. Been unlucky with the quality of Page, Davis and Hawkridge performances, and he's very negative towards our situation. Last season he was great, 39 appearances, 3 goals, 3 assists, brilliant. This season not stepped up when he's come in, and when we've had team meetings about winning the league on the Yeovil game, he was like, we're not going to manage it, we're not good enough. end of season team meeting, I was like, guys, I'm going to keep, you know, maybe add a couple more, but keep the faith with you, give you the chance to keep us up. And he was like, staying in the division is too ambitious, we're not going to do it. So the jury is out. I am giving serious thought to selling him, getting his negativity out of the club, because it's going to be a difficult year next year. We, you know, with the development of the facilities and the youth category going up so rapidly, our budget is going to be very tight. It's tight enough as it is, but it's going to be even tighter next season. And I need my team to pull together, stick together, and move forward together. And Benson's that guy at the moment that's just not on the same wavelength mentality wise as the others, which is a shame. But I can see him going out. I really can. Ben Marshall, brought him in on a free after he was released from West Ham United. Lucky to get him. Oops, where's he gone? Lucky to get him, to be fair, and he's done brilliantly since coming in. He's been kept out the side slightly by Howe coming into the end of the season, but going into next season, he's going to be our guy on the left side. He's predominantly right-sided, but he can play left-sided, and that's where I've had a lot of luck with him and a lot of good performances from him this season. Finished with an average rating of bang on 7, 4 goals in 15 appearances. Superb effort from the boy, and I'm really looking forward to seeing how he does next season. I know he's 32, but I think we can get a real good year out of him next year. On paper anyway, we should get a good year out of him. But as people often say, football's played on grass, not paper. So we'll see. Following up from him is a guy who's come in this season and is also departing this season. Sam Hart. Feel a bit bad for the guy. He's not been able to dislodge Adelakan, Howe or Marshall from the team. And, he's done well when he's come in. I mean, 7 assists, 4 goals. He's been fantastic. And he's joining Middlesbrough next season. We'll go up against him next season in the Championship. That's if he gets in their team. He should do. He deserves to. He's a good player. Very fast. Very fast indeed. He's shown it on a couple of videos. You've seen him running past players like they're not even there. So Middlesbrough picked themselves up a very good player. Keith Fryatt. This guy, I'm loving his development so far. Absolutely loving it. He came in to the team last season through the youth team, made 2 appearances at the end. He then broke into the first team. All in all this season, he's got 11 goals in 21 appearances. He did have a loan spell at Colville, but they were playing him in the under-21s more than they were in the first team, which I wasn't best impressed with Quinny about. But he had a recall option, so I didn't make a fuss about it. Brought him back when Markman was injured. He went in and just him, Swindell and Markman have just set up this amazing strike force that's unbelievable. Rob Cole, he's been out on loan all season pretty much at Harrogate, and he's had a very good time of things down there. So I'm hoping that going forwards that will help him to develop into one of our key midfielders. Jamie Davis, his first full season at the club, much like Fryatt, came in last season, made his debut this season. He's got 4 goals in the league this season, so he's had a real good run. Only started a few, most of them been off the bench, but he comes into games and he makes a difference, which is really cool. Tom Tansley, brought in from Histon, potential to be a useful player for the club. At the minute, 22, not brilliant, but look at that, he's played only a handful of games, he scored twice. So going forwards, really looking forward to seeing how he develops, and I'm hoping we might be able to get a loan spell for him next season to really help him push on, maybe till January, see how it is in January, then I can bring him back and give him a go, or let him remain on loan for the season and try the season after with him. But we'll see how things go. Ryan Strain, who came in from Colville, not been a regular by any stretch of the imagination, but filled in when needed. Will he be at the club next season? I don't think so. At the minute, I don't think so. We've got a lot stronger characters and candidates for that midfield role than than Straney, and it's going to be difficult for him to dislodge Ellis and Tock, and he's already moaning because he's not playing first team football. He's 26, he needs to be, so may look to move him on. Didn't cost us anything, so it doesn't really matter, to be honest. Just give him a chance. Jake Bunn is our number 2, but according to current abilities, our number 1. Made his debut on the final day of last season when we trounced Fleetwood. Done very well in the under-21s. Again, like Jenko, a former Arsenal trainee, had a loan spell at Bury, went to Rainworth, had a good season and a half at Rainworth, and then joined us. And I'm expecting his development to tick over nicely, if I'm honest. Charlie Wiley, as I call him, came through the youth intake this season. He was the one they said keep an eye on. Gave him a debut on the last day. Got 7.7, good stats. Only 5'8" and 9 stone, which is very slender and small for a defender, but he is a left back. Good pace, and I'm hoping that he will really kick on next season. And he's got big competition now. Big competition. You'll see it in a few moments. Oscar Lord only made a substitute appearance after signing from was it Melsham? Mersham? Mersham? Is the T silent? Mertham. He signed from them anyway, and made one appearance. But going forwards, I think he's going to be decent. He's only 21. May look to loan him out next season again till January and assess it, and then see where we go from there. But I've got, even if he doesn't do it with us, I've got a feeling that he's going to go on to be a very decent player. And then these two guys have come in now at the end of the season. You know, when you go through and you do your pre-contracts and stuff and all that jazz. Well, I managed to get Lee Peters on a free from Swansea. He was unhappy at Swansea, really unhappy. They finished 5th. He played 28 games, but he wanted to go to a team where he would play first team football, which is pretty much what I thought he was doing up at Swansea. But it turns out he wasn't, so whatever it was, he wasn't happy. But he's been there since 16-17 season. Premier League pedigree, you know, good Football League experience. Played in the Championship now, which is decent as well. We've got that experience that we can draw from him now of playing Championship football, playing League One football. So I'm hoping he's going to come on and do well. Fantastic rating, already worth 1.4 million since joining. 26 under 21 caps, 10 goals. I think we could have stole ourselves an absolute worldie going forwards here, guys. I honestly do think we may have a worldie. He's got a lot of love for a lot of these Swansea players. Is he a Swansea lad? He's from Barry. He speaks basic Welsh, which is interesting. But this guy here, Gordon Ramshaw, picked him up on a free after being let go from Manchester United. How could they be stupid enough to let a player of this ability go? He looks absolutely immense. Absolutely immense. And he's played for them. Look, he's not been out on loan, but he's had a few games for them. And again, I think that is an absolute steal. He was unhappy. He was on the list of Mardy Bum players that are unhappy and out of contract coming up. Said to United, can I have him for £0, 0 pence? And they were like, okay. And he's in. He is through the freaking door. But guys, in a nutshell, that is the first team. Let me just get that back to that. And as far as the kids are concerned, going forwards, Hook, of course, has been out on loan for the season down at Harrogate, and he's had a good season. Very strong season for them, so he comes back into contention, which is another reason why I think Ryan Strain will be let go. Elliot Barrett, he's been out on loan at Ebbsfleet all season. Again, very good season for him, but he's going to really struggle now with the arrival of the Welsh lad coming in, so he may possibly be let go. Might offer him out to Colville on a free, you know, to get him back in with Quinny. This boy, Kyle Ashton, really looking forward to him. Picked him up earlier on the season on a free. He was released by Manchester City, mutual termination of contract, and he's done well in the youth team, and I like the look of him. I think he could possibly be something half decent going forwards. And then as far as the youth team's concerned, I've got the two guys I showed you earlier, Jackson and Akori. We do have another few players that came through the intake. Luke Roberts, he looks decent. I think actually he was one I stole from somebody. Yep, Forest. He was one that wasn't offered a deal at Forest, so I snatched him off them and offered him a youth deal here. And then from our own little crop, we've got Tim Penny, who looks decent. He looks like a very decent individual. Came through the youth ranks with ourselves. Played a few games in the under-18s. So going forwards, he could be a decent looking player. And then, apart from that, there's not much really. Not much else. Xavier English has been out on loan at Bishop Stortford. And he's had a very good season for them. In his limited time there. They are in the Vanarama South. And how did they do in the league? Where are they? 10th. They finished 10th, so they've had a decent season. Who's Cairo Mitchell? It's an interesting name. But yeah, so he's had a good season. Nip Munn, been out on loan at Chester. Ever present for Chester, always decent to send them down to the North South Conference divisions to give them a chance. Don't know where we're at with him. Don't fully know what we're gonna do. Treadwell, he's been released at the end of the season. He's just not cut it out. Jack Reed, who at under 21s level, under 18s level, has been a prolific goal scorer. Had a loan spell at Kidderminster, got 9 goals. Well, 10 altogether. He's been released. In fact, apart from Munn, all of those guys are up for release in the summer. They've just not worked out how we'd hoped them to. There was one more player. This guy here, how can I forget this guy? Jermaid Adimola, 6'2", 50. He was 15 stone when we picked him up. So I don't know if that's is that a thing? Do they lose weight as they go on? I don't know. But when we picked him up, he was 15 stone. 15 stone. He was a beast of a man. He's very strong, good goal scoring ability, quick. Has made a substitute appearance for the first team. I actually picked him up from Gillingham. He made a couple of first team appearances at Gillingham, but I took him from them on a free. He was mardy bombing around and they didn't want to keep him, so I thought I'll give him a shot, see what he's like, give him that opportunity. And he's come in, he's done reasonably well. Interestingly, he's volatile, but he played for Gillingham. He was born in Thurrock, he's half Nigerian, and really randomly, I don't understand, where's he gone? I don't understand where this has come from, but he supports West Brom, and he's never had nothing to do with them, so that's an interesting one thrown up into the mix there. Croyd, don't know what we're going to do with him. I think he's going to struggle to get in our team, so we may see if anybody comes in for him in the summer, but he's had a loan spell at Colville this season and done really, really well down there. And Brian Smith, again, he's going to find it difficult to get in now. He's had another great loan spell in non-league with Rainworth. Rainworth, who was so unlucky, they've lost in the playoffs for the past 2 or 3 seasons in the final, or the last 2, the last semi-final. They did lose in the final this year, and I feel really sorry for them. They're trying everything to get up into League 2. But anyway, guys, other than that, it's just the finances. 1.1 million on the balance at the moment. Projected balance 5.2 million. We do, however, of course, have the facilities being worked on. Youth level 1, superb. But look at that now. Superb youth facilities, adequate training facilities, but they are being worked on. So going forwards, you know, we're in good nick. Good junior coaching and an established youth recruitment has been set up now. So going forwards, I'm looking forward to this, guys. We're really starting to check up now. Championship, here we come. Finance wise, it says we're insecure at the moment. That's because we've had to fork out for the training facilities and stuff, but I've got a feeling we will be able to get that in check. But guys, thank you for watching. Been a little bit more of a longer episode than I would have expected, but hopefully it's not been too bad for you. Please hit the thumbs up if you're looking forward to our journey into the championship, which will be starting very soon. Obviously the preview video will come first, which will be shorter. It will just be going over ins and outs players wise, and then we'll get kicking off in the championship. But guys, if you're going to comment below, don't be mean, keep it clean, and I will see you all next episode. Bye bye.